into the grate through the fire hole and burnt. Ash formed during burning is collected in the ash pit provided just below the grate, and then it is removed manually. The hot gases from the grate pass through the flue pipe to the combustion chamber. The hot gases from the combustion chamber flow through the horizontal fire tube.
Note that here we'll use the front view, top view, side view of the Lancashire boiler to explain its construction and working. Lancashire boiler consists of a horizontal cylindrical shell filled with water surrounding two large fire tubes. The cylindrical shell is placed over brickwork, which creates several channels for the flow of hot flue gases. Solid fuel is provided through the fire door, which is then burnt over the grate at the front end of each fire tube. A small arch-shaped brickwork is provided at the end of the grate to deflect the flue gases upwards and prevent the entry of burning coal and ashes into the interior part of the fire tubes. The fire tubes are slightly conical towards its rear end to increase the velocity of hot flue gases. Then hot flue gases are allowed to pass through the downward channel towards the front end of the fire tubes. Now these gases pass through the side channel towards the rear end of the fire tubes and finally escape through the chimney. There are dampers at the end of each side channel to regulate the airflow. Feed check valve is used to feed water uniformly to the boiler shell. Once the boiler is heated adequately, water converts into steam by absorbing the heat from the flue gases. This steam stores at upper portion of the boiler shell, where anti-priming pipe separates the water from steam. Thus, the steam stop valve receives the dry steam for various purposes. A manhole is provided at the top and the bottom of the shell to allow a man to enter in the boiler and clean it. A blow-off valve is provided to remove the mud that has settled down. It is also used to empty the boiler. This is the complete construction and working of Lancashire boiler. Some of the major advantages and disadvantages of Lancashire boiler are:
Engine. First, coal is burnt inside the firebox on a grate. Then, hot gases are pushed through long tubes, located in the boiler to the smoke box, and out through the chimney. Now, the heat produced in the firebox heats the water present in the boiler. The water in the boiler is also heated by the hot gases passing through the long tubes. As the water gets hotter, it transforms into saturated steam and is collected above the water. A regulator valve, located in the dome, is used to control the passage of the steam to the cylinders. A safety valve, located on top of the boiler, is used to release steam, in case the pressure in the boiler rises to a dangerous intensity. Next, the saturated steam flows to the superheater header through the main steam pipe. After that, the steam passes through the superheater element pipes, where it is heated further and converted into superheated steam. This very hot steam passes through the steam pipes into the cylinder. Here, the steam applies pressure to the pistons, which in turn moves the wheels of the locomotive.
Supported. The two large holes are for the furnace tubes. The smaller holes for the fire tubes. The furnaces are corrugated to give added strength and to increase the area available for heat transfer from the hot gases in the furnace to the water. The outer tube plates are put in place, linked by stay rods and secured by nuts. The fire tubes are now inserted, rolled into place with a tube expander. There was no welding until well into the 20th century. The boiler shell is then riveted in place and a steam valve located on top to distribute steam. The boiler is now filled with water. Note that the crown of the combustion space and all the tubes must be covered by water to prevent overheating and potentially catastrophic failure. The furnaces are then lit from both ends of the boiler. Hot gases pass through the furnaces into the centre, up through the fire tubes and then out to the exhaust. These fire tubes heat the water that creates the steam, which is collected at the top of the boiler and then distributed via the valve.